Are you seeing this? Isn't he the cute? How does my lip gloss taste, huh? Does it taste good? Does my lippy taste good? That's what I thought. Hi everyone. Is this the angle we're going for? Is this how we're doing the Q&A? I think this is how we're doing it, guys. You make me look small. And I'm not that small, am I? No, Mum's not that small. What is up everyone and welcome back to my channel. This isn't what I had in mind when I came over here to film my Q&A today, but it is what it is. This is the angle that we're going for because Finn decided to be a special guest today. He's being a brat today, aren't you? Hey, Finny. On Instagram yesterday, I asked you guys to ask me anything and we got over 5,000 questions. I mean, what the heck? I remember when I used to do Q&As and I had like 100 subscribers and I would do like a Q&A milestone for every 25 subscribers because it took me that long to grow my channel. So now to get like 5,000 is insane, isn't it? Do you care? I don't think he cares. He just wants the attention and that's okay. You've got an eye bogey and I really don't want to get it because then I'm gonna have to get up and wash my hands. I'm just gonna scroll through and I will just pick out any and all questions and it's gonna be nice just to sit on the floor, you know, with my doggy. This is just totally not what I had in mind for this, but we're gonna go for it, aren't we? No! Don't do that. Right. Do you want to pick a question for me to answer? Like, look at this. This is ridiculous. Like, they just go on and on and on. So, yeah. Yeah, Finny. Okay, can I sit back now? Like, no. Okay, apparently I can't sit back. It's not comfortable at all. Okay, so I'm just going to start from the top. Shall we just start from the top, Finny? At least, pretend to care. Right, you pick one. Did you just fart? Okay, let's just start. Oh, it's about you. What kind of breed is Finn? Finn is a German Shepherd, also known as an Alsatian. And I don't know why he gets two names, but I call him a German Shepherd. But some people be like, oh, you've got an Alsatian. And I'm like, I don't even know what that means, but okay, we'll go with that as well. So he is a German Shepherd. And he's the cutest one as well. How much time do you spend recording videos in a day? So I usually record 4 reaction videos a day. And then if I've got time after that, I will end up doing like something YouTube specific or just like a let's play. Before my website became my full-time job, I used to do 2 or 3 let's play videos a day. And then when the reactions kind of took off, everything just kind of flipped. So I record maybe 5 or 6 videos a day. Do you plan on returning to Medieval and finish it this fall? So Medieval came out last Halloween and I was going through 100%ing that game. And then, as I say, like the reactions were kind of taken off at that time. So everything definitely like got dropped in regards to gaming. But if you guys haven't noticed, I have started like refinishing or repicking up some games that I was recording before all of this to try and get them finished. So I did really enjoy Medieval, and if I get time, I would like to return to it. What is your favorite day of the week? I don't get a day off a week, so I think my favorite day is any day that I actually get to take off. Beep, 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 beep. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I would like to be retired, and that's me being like 110% serious. I would definitely not like to still be doing YouTube as my main job, because I feel like I'm not 100% sure if I'm even kind of agreeing with how the website is anymore. I don't feel the same, and I don't have the same passion for YouTube. So I definitely don't want to be doing YouTube in the next 5 years. Obviously I've invested in a lot of property, so I would like to just retire and just have my money coming in from the property. But then I don't know, like I have always wanted to work with animals, and I feel like that's something that I would like to do as well. Why are you just so adorable, honestly? As soon as I'm like, animals, he's like, yes, me, my name is Finn. So I guess, yeah, like working with animals is something that I've always wanted to do, but when you have to kind of like pay bills and things like that, working with animals doesn't always like pay well enough. So I think as long as I've like done everything that I want to do, then I can just like, I don't know, live on a farm and work with animals all day. I mean, I live in the country now. I have cows as my neighbors. I freaking love the cows, and I just love animals. So in the next 5 years, I don't know, retired, let's go with that. Games or anime? I like anime. I'm like seriously new to the world of anime, but I've been playing games since like the Bubble Bobble days on the Mega Drive and the Master System and all that. So I would definitely say gaming over anime. What are you doing to keep yourself grounded and not go crazy despite everything? I mean, we're all a little bit crazy, let's be honest here, but I think being able to find the balance between like actually switching off the internet world and living in the moment is super important. There's so many people out there who just obsess over things that happen on the internet, and it's not even their lives that they like obsess about. And I just feel like that's just gonna drive you insane. And I feel like people love to focus on negativity as well, and it's just so toxic. Like, don't do that. I think for me, being able to step away, and it's not something that I've always been able to do. It's taken me a long time to be able to do it. But being able to step away and just spend time with my family, Stejo, my dog, doing other things, you know, I think also having a business outside of YouTube really helps as well, because your focus is in so many different places. I'm not a massive YouTuber or anything like that. Like, I do this because it's fun, and it's just one of those things. Bless you! Goodness me. I do it because it's fun, I do it because I enjoy it, and it just also happens to give me income as well. But I never for a second think that I'm like this massive deal at all. I just love doing what I do, and I love the fact that I get to share it with people all around the world. And I feel like not getting an ego over a number, like, to be honest with you, like, there's a lot of people out there that they have this massive inflated ego just because of a follower count, and it's not good. It's really not good, and it's not the whole point as well. It's nice to grow, and it's nice to have people watching your videos, but it's not the be all and end all. And it took me a while to learn that, definitely. It took me a while to realize what was actually important, and I think that just comes with time, and it comes with getting a little bit older. What do you do on your downtime while you're not recording for the website or YouTube? So, downtime. What is this downtime you speak of? At the moment, I am decorating my entire house. I'm building a walk-in wardrobe room, like I'm turning the 4th bedroom into a walk-in wardrobe. I'm also in the process of redoing my entire kitchen. I want to wallpaper my office. Like, all of these things take up a ton of time. I walk my dog, I get exercise, I go and visit family, I get a drive-through Starbucks. What else? I just play with the cows outside. I sit in the field because I'm a country girl. That is about it. I like to sing as well, you guys know that. I don't really share a lot of my singing, but I do love to do it. It's definitely like a hobby of mine. So I'd say that's about it. Why aren't you cancelled? I know, this is just like ridiculous. It's almost like you guys were lied to about some things. Who is your favorite character in Persona 5? Ryuji. I like An as well. Oh, see, this is difficult because now I'm going to start naming off characters and I'm going to be like An, Ryuji, Morgana. In fact, that's my top 3, I would say. An, Ryuji, and Morgana. How is the lawsuit situation going? Are you doing better now? And I hope all of the hate has stopped. Funnily enough, I would say the hate has never stopped at all. It's more just a case of there's just more people to just have it removed because it's all a bunch of BS. In regards to the lawsuit, there will be a lawsuit, but it won't be against me, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But in regards to things, I'm definitely doing a lot better. I think being cancelled is interesting. It's definitely not something I would want people to have to experience when you've got people constantly just like talking about how you look, trying to talk about your fans in a negative light, talking about the content that you put out just because they're jealous of your success and they don't like it. You know, it's unfortunately people will say that's just the internet. However, I think that change is always coming. And I mean, YouTube literally nuked, what's his name, Leafy, off the platform this week for harassment. So things are changing and things are moving. And to be honest with you, I'm really looking forward to seeing what the future holds for like that entire commentary community, because YouTube are aware of them and YouTube don't like them at all. And I think that it's a really good thing that they got rid of Leafy, and I look forward to seeing who's next. Are you planning to have kids in your future? I mean, I've already got one. I've got Daphne, and he is quite an issue because of his allergies and things like that. Like, he cost me an absolute fortune a month in medication to control his allergies, but he's worth it. I mean, Sticho and I talk about having a family, but I don't know. I'm not 110%, and I don't know why. I feel like everyone tells you that, you know, you hit a certain age and you should get married and you should have kids, but I feel like for me, I don't know. I'm just unsure. Maybe I'll never be ready. Maybe tomorrow I'll be ready. I don't know. It's a tricky one. I know that Stijo wants kids, but I think for me, I'm so like career driven that maybe it's just not the right time just now. I don't know. Tell us something about your childhood. I set fire to my school, legit. I was horribly bullied in school because I was the ugly duckling. I took a little bit longer than everybody else to come into my own. And because of that, people had a lot of opinions about it. And I was definitely more of a wild kid than people would probably think, especially like how I am now. But you're talking like 15 years ago. A lot happens in 15 years. But yeah, I guess something from my childhood, I was bullied quite heavily in school for how I looked. And it caused me to be a little bit of a wild kid. Will you be playing the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater? Oh my gosh, Activision sent me a code for it and I forgot all about it. I'm so sorry. I'll get back to you on that one. Why did you block me on Twitter? Because you were probably being a douche lord. Finny, why did you block that person on Twitter? You owe them an explanation. You do. You owe them an explanation. Finn says it was probably because you were a bit of a douche lord. How long have you been doing reactions on YouTube? Randomly started doing Naruto last June, I want to say. Maybe it was July. It might have been July. But over a year now, actually, which is kind of crazy, to be honest with you. I love doing reactions, but I hate editing the videos because it takes forever. How long have you been in a relationship? 4.5 years with Stijo, I have been. which is crazy because it feels like so much longer, but no, 4.5 years. Do you have a second channel? I did, like, I had a second channel because I wanted to kind of like break up gaming from reactions. Are you gonna lick your pee-pee on cam? I'll get me demonetized. But I ended up deleting all my second channels because I was like, this is taking up too much of my time and I would rather just keep everything in the same place. How long have you been singing? My entire life? I would say, I mean, probably started, like I had my first lesson when I was 7 because my mom was like, you've got something there, let's get you to a singing teacher, let's do all of that. So I would say a long time, a very long time. What are you gonna do when coronavirus is gone? I'm gonna go to Japan for an entire month and I am not taking my phone. I am going to go on holiday for an entire month and I want to speak to nobody except Stejo. Have you ever been in a fist fight? Twice, actually. I got in a fight with this girl called Danielle, who is my friend now, but when we were younger, we used to fight constantly, usually because we both fancied the same boy. And one day, she kissed my boyfriend. This all happened when I was like 12, by the way, but she kissed my boyfriend in front of me and I decked her, absolutely decked her. Like, don't get me wrong, she got some punches in too, but girl, you got what was coming to you. And the second time, I actually beat up my first boyfriend's brother because he deleted my Final Fantasy VII save. And I was like, right at the end, 100 hours. He deserved it, okay? He deserved it. So, yeah. What made you do YouTube? Oh my gosh. My friend, I remember, he got me a Hypage, which was like one of the early capture cards. And I just, like, I started uploading The Walking Dead Survival Instinct. This is taking me back. And Fear Effect 2. I had no face cam, I just had my mic because I was working in the studio. So I had a mic and I used to just talk over the games, like Rad Brad style. Like I wanted to be like the Rad Brad. And that was 2013, 14, but I had a regular job at the same time. So it was just a bit of fun. Then I went through like a really nasty breakup and I used YouTube as like an outlet and it really helped me like get over my breakup. I had something to do to take my mind off of things and that was that, I guess. Suzy Lu was born. Do you like walking in the rain? No, I don't. I love the rain when I'm trying to sleep at night, but see when you spend hours doing hair and makeup and then it's raining outside, don't even get me started. What is your greatest fear? A few, actually, I would say. I suffer from terror nightmares, so I know how it feels to die. That's like excessive, right? But I know the fear because I feel it. How the heck do I explain this? If you guys have nightmares, like proper terror nightmares, you'll understand, but I suffer most nights from terror nightmares. So I know that one day I will die. God, this got dark, but every time I have a nightmare and I wake up from death, because that's what happens, I'm like, oh, I escaped that one. That was just a dream. You know, that one wasn't real and I woke up. But I know that one day it'll be real. I know that one day I will die. So I know that one day that feeling that I have when I have terror nightmares will come true. So I think that's my greatest fear. That's something that I just have to live with. Like it haunts me, like since I was a little girl. I don't know why this happens to me, but it does. And unfortunately, it's just something that I have to live with. But I would say dying because I know how it feels. That's such a weird thing. Am I married? I get asked this all the time, mainly because of this ring that I wear on my finger, but no, I'm not married. This ring was a gift. Someone's getting restless. I'm not married yet. Still waiting. But no, this ring was just a gift. And it was like a 30th birthday present that I got in Japan. Look at the size of you. You make me look tiny. And I'm not tiny, okay? But this is what he makes me look tiny. I would love to get married. We talk about getting married, but then coronavirus was an issue, so I guess we'll have to wait a couple more years. Maybe Finny can have like the ring on his collar. That would be kind of cute, right? What has been the highlight of your YouTube career? There's so many, actually. Like, I have done so many things that I never thought were possible, like exclusive things, going to the Capcom office so I could record a Resident Evil game before even the public knew it was coming out. Like, that was freaking awesome. Doing stage work when I only had 10,000 subscribers, and little old me runs on stage and starts like promoting YouTube gaming like I'm hot crap. And I just remember being like, oh my god, like this is insane. I also got to meet the composer of the Final Fantasy soundtrack, Nobu, and that was through my YouTube as well. And there's so many things, so many amazing things. YouTube Rewind was cool. I got to be in the cinema for Sonic the Hedgehog movie last year. Like, that was awesome. It's no wonder I have haters. There has just been like some amazing things that I've had the opportunity to do, and I just feel like super blessed. It feels like you're sitting on me because you're pinching my fat on my hip right now, and it's a bit sore. He's leaning on me so hard. What's the most common question that people ask you? Do you have a boyfriend? Probably would be up there, I would say. Were you popular in high school? No, definitely not popular. I had like 2 friends, and you know what? They're still my 2 best friends to this day. What is your diet and workout routine? I have 1 meal a day, and that's it, just 1 meal. So I try and have it like midway through the day, so it'll keep me going throughout. You know, you could sit down a little bit different, right? You don't have to sit like this. That eye bogey's doing my head in, and if you guys can see it too, I'm so sorry. I don't usually keep him with eye bogeys. What was the question? Oh yeah, diet. I have nacho night once a month when I watch the WWE pay-per-view, but the rest of the time, just 1 meal a day. All right, should we answer many more? There's so many here, Finny. What do you love and dislike about YouTube? That is a belter of a question. Oh my lord. I love the fact that I get to share my experiences with you guys. That was the whole reason I started doing YouTube, was that I could then share my first experiences with games. I could share my first experience with reactions. I could share my singing voice with the world. I could share my doggy with the world. But then YouTube started promoting hate content. It starts promoting like commentary nonsense. And then I started to realize that I'm like, people are literally getting paid to create lies about people, to morph their face in a thumbnail, to do like 20 videos on someone just because they don't like the content that that person does. But yet YouTube still promotes it. And it's like, not only that, they promote it off the back of the actual person that they're discussing as well. So it's like, YouTube can be this amazing platform for you to grow, but then YouTube can also be the exact same platform that allows hate content to grow as well. So I put in the hard work so that Suzy Lu becomes a brand, and then somebody else comes along, talks crap about me, and YouTube decides to put it next to my content. That's what I hate about YouTube. And I don't know how many meetings I've had, and I know that people at YouTube have said that they're working on the search so that these hate channels don't just get a free sub for sub collab off your name. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Finn has decided to leave the shot. He's sick of my nonsense. So we'll do a couple more. Where do you see your channel going in future? Probably deleted. My channel has been deleted twice. The first one was because of a certain somebody putting through false copyright saying that they owned Final Fantasy X and that they wanted to strike down every single one of my videos, even ones that weren't Final Fantasy X. And my channel got deleted for that back in 2015, and then YouTube were like, yeah, sorry about that. And then recently my channel got deleted in December because I managed to do a live stream when I had 3 strikes. So then as soon as the live stream went public, it shut my entire channel down. So I was like, for fun. But then that all got sorted as well. So they said you can't upload, but they didn't say that you couldn't live stream. Don't do that, don't live stream. You'll probably lose your channel. It could be fun though, why not? So where do I see my channel? I don't know. Because my channel has gone through 1,000,001 phases, right? Where I got to 100K by live streaming. Then I ditched live streaming because I genuinely believed that live streaming was like ruining my channel. And then I went to pre-recorded gaming. Then I went to pre-recorded reactions and it took off again. So now I'm at that moment again where I'm like, okay, I'm looking for my next big thing, right? And I think I know what it is, but I ain't gonna say, because motherfuckers always copy me and it does my head in. Oh my God. Breathe. So where's my channel gonna be in the future? Either deleted, lol, or doing something a little bit different. Because as I say, I like to mix it up. Like I'll do anime probably for like another year, then I'll mix it up and I'll start something else, because that's just what I'm like. I don't like to do the same thing for any like length of time because I get bored. How did you meet Stejo? I met Stejo at a gaming event. I was doing a panel for YouTube and he was one of the creators that I was actually speaking to. And I thought he was hot, and then we got a KFC, and 4.5 years later, here we are. Obviously there's a lot more to it than that, but you know, maybe that could be like a separate video at some point, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna answer 2 more questions because the natural light is leaving, and this video is like hella long, so. Do you think you're pretty? That's a really good question, actually. I don't think I'm ugly, but I don't think I'm like the most attractive person in the entire world. I have never, even when I was a professional model, I had my insecurities and I was like super skinny, really good body, working for River Island, doing all these campaigns. And even then I was like, I'm not that pretty. And that's not really changed. If anything, like, getting older has been worse for me because I never used to wear makeup, like barely. Like if you go back to like my old videos, you'll see that like I have the bare minimum makeup on. But then as I got older, I was like, oh my God, I need concealer and I need my eyebrows and I need my foundation and I need to wash my hair every single day. So I don't know if I just prefer that or if I suddenly became really freaking insecure. Like, I don't know, but I'm certainly not egotistical when it comes to my looks, and I never really have been. Do you know how many questions are here that are just like, do you have a boyfriend? 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 It's like, All right, I'm looking for one more. Ooh. Oh, Finny, this one for the last question. If you had a time machine, when would you go back to? Hope you guys didn't see that. I follow like some wrestlers and she practically just posted nudes on my phone. It's like, I don't follow that usually, okay? I guess it's kind of personal, but I would go back to the day that I sat in my car and I was living in the flat at the time. And I says to Stejo, I was like, I'm gonna put my dog in the car and I'm taking her with me. So my last dog, Lena, was quite sick and I lived in a flat at the time and I didn't think it was fair for her to be in the flat because she was an old lady. And that was the last time I saw her. And I regret that because in my heart, I genuinely believe that I could have done something to help her. And I just drove away. So yeah, I feel if I could go back, I would just put her in the car and I don't care how much it would cost. I would have done everything in my power. I just didn't have her living in the flat with me because I just thought it was unfair for her to have to go up and down the stairs. But to be honest with you, I still genuinely believe that she had more life to give So if I could have a time machine, I'd go back to the day I was in my car and I stopped at the end of the road and I was contemplating if I should turn around and just put her in the car and defy my parents' wishes. And I wish I did. So sometimes when you have the gut feeling, you just gotta go with it. And that was a lesson learned for me. But if anything, because that happened, it's meant that I've done so much more for Finn, and now he's living his best life, fast asleep on the floor right here. So there you have it. All right, well, apologies for the awkward angle, but this is what Finn wanted, so this is what Finn got, and I hope you enjoyed this Q&A. And make sure you follow me over on my Instagram so that with the next Q&A you can ask me a question. And you know, there's a lot of people that ask me a question, so I'm really sorry if I didn't pick your question. There was over 5,000, which is insane. So thank you so much, and thank you so much for taking an interest in me as well. The questions were really nice, bar like a couple, so that's really nice too. Thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button for more from myself, and if you would like more videos with Finn in them, I guess I could ask him and see if he's all right with that. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.